If you are waiting for the perfect moment to succeed, let me remind you, success is never granted to the man who waits. It is captured by the one who prepares a system so precise, so effective, that success cannot help but emerge from it. The tragedy of most men is that they rely on inspiration. They wait for motivation, for opportunity, for external signs. They live by chance, not by design. But I say this to you plainly. The man who depends on chance will be controlled by circumstances. The man who depends on a system will command them. There is a difference between effort and engineering, between striving and structuring, between hoping to win and building a method that makes winning inevitable. If you have failed repeatedly, it is not because you were weak. It is because your system was. Now is the time to design a life that works even when you don't feel like working. You must understand that all sustained success is structural. Temporary results may be sparked by bursts of emotion, by flashes of motivation, by external rewards. But they fade just as quickly as they come. The man who rises steadily, the one who compounds progress over years, is not driven by emotion. He is driven by a mechanism. That mechanism is his system. Your willpower cannot be trusted. Your enthusiasm cannot be summoned endlessly. But your habits, your routines, your schedules, these can be programmed. These can be automated. These can be made so reliable that they produce success on command. You do not have a discipline problem. You have a system problem. Fix the structure and your behavior will follow. Do not chase more effort. Engineer better outcomes. Build a life where success is not the exception, it is the rule. Begin with clarity. You cannot build a strong system around confusion. What do you want? Where are you headed? What is your definition of success? If you are vague in your aim, your system will be weak in its output. Success is never random. It is precise. It begins with a clearly defined outcome, broken into actionable steps, executed daily with consistency. If your goals are not written, they are not real. If they are not scheduled, they are not prioritized. If they are not tracked, they are not improving. You must get serious about structure. Decide what you want, break it into systems, and commit to executing them whether you feel like it or not. This is the foundation of all achievement. Success is clarity multiplied by consistency. Once clarity is established, you must now build your daily blueprint. Your day is not a blank canvas. It is a sacred vessel. Every hour wasted is wealth discarded. Your time must be pre-decided. Your habits must be pre-installed. Every successful man lives by a code, a rhythm, a ritual. He does not wake up and react to life. He wakes up and initiates it. Your mornings must start with intention. Your tasks must be prioritized by impact, not by ease. Your hours must be blocked, your distractions eliminated, your environment shaped for execution. Structure your day as if the world depended on your output, because your future does. Each hour of structure buys you a year of progress. Each chaotic day postpones your destiny. Order is power. Then comes automation. The real genius of a strong system is that it functions without requiring constant thought. You must make excellence automatic. Make greatness routine. The fewer decisions you leave to chance, the more bandwidth you preserve for creation. Your meals, your workouts, your planning, your focus sessions, systematize them. Create templates, reminders, triggers. Build a life where discipline is baked into your environment. You will not win because you are extraordinary. You will win because your system produces extraordinary results. The man who builds automatic discipline will outperform the man who relies on emotion every single time. Accountability must also be built in. A system without accountability is merely a wish list. You must track your actions. You must measure your output. You must evaluate your habits not based on how they feel, but based on what they produce. Keep a scoreboard for your life. Know your metrics. How many hours are you working on your craft? How many books are you reading? How many skills are you mastering? Do not guess measure. What gets tracked gets improved. What gets ignored decays. Success is not self-sustaining. It must be supported by measurement and correction. Your system must constantly be refined. Don't wait for crises to improve. Inspect and adjust weekly. Let your numbers expose your laziness and direct your progress. Your system must also protect your energy. You are not a machine, but your structure must respect your humanity. Schedule your rest. Guard your sleep. Feed your mind. Recharge your spirit. You cannot pour from an empty vessel. But remember, rest is not escape. It is preparation. Use rest strategically to power your system, not to avoid responsibility. Build renewal into your design. Protect your peak hours for peak work. Let your life serve your mission. Do not allow toxic relationships, aimless entertainment, or reactive habits to drain your energy. Energy is the fuel of execution. Protect it with intensity. Another critical layer is decision reduction. Every decision you leave to chance becomes a crack in your system. Minimize choices. Pre-plan your week. Create checklists. Eliminate friction. The more streamlined your life, the more power remains for what matters. Simplicity is not weakness, it is precision. The most elite performers do not live chaotic lives. They live systematic ones. They wear the same clothes, follow the same routines, execute the same behaviors, because they understand repetition is mastery. Repetition is control. Repetition is freedom. Build a life so structured that success becomes your default reaction. You must also build resilience into your system. The moment you break your pattern, your mind will invite defeat. Build margin. Build buffers. Plan for obstacles. Create backup rituals. Design your system not for when life is easy, but for when life is hard. Let your structure carry you through fatigue, through doubt, through failure. When you can no longer trust your motivation, you must trust your mechanism. A strong system does not collapse under pressure, it activates. This is how you win when the world pushes back. This is how you rise when others quit. And lastly, remember this. Your system is your destiny. You do not rise to the level of your vision. You fall to the level of your system. Dreams are for those who build structures to catch them. If you want to change your life, stop trying harder and start designing better. Success is not a secret. It is not hidden. It is not magical. It is mechanical. Build a machine. Feed it daily. Maintain it ruthlessly. And watch as it produces the life you once thought was out of reach. You don't need more inspiration. You need a better system. Now that you understand the foundational need for clarity and structure, you must go deeper. You must learn to build a system that does not depend on your mood, the weather, or the opinion of others. It must function with the same precision in chaos as it does in calm. True success systems are not seasonal, they are permanent. They are not subject to negotiation. They are enforced with the rigor of law. You must become a man governed by principle, not feeling, by structure, not circumstance. Because when everything falls apart, your system will keep you standing. When emotions betray you, your framework will carry the weight. It must be this strong, or it is not worthy of the success you seek. Let's begin with the architecture of habit. Habits are the bricks of your system. They form the wall that separates you from mediocrity. But not all habits are created equal. You must engineer keystone habits, those that trigger a chain reaction of productivity. For example, one morning routine done consistently can improve your mindset, your energy, your confidence, and your execution. One habit around planning can align your entire week. Identify which few habits create the most impact, and then automate them. Make them non-negotiable. Make them so deeply integrated into your life that skipping them feels unnatural. This is how you begin to live in alignment with excellence. Next, let us speak of your environment. A strong system cannot thrive in a weak environment. Your surroundings must serve your success. Your workspace must be a temple of production. Your home must reflect your priorities. Your digital life must be clean, organized, and aligned with your mission. Eliminate clutter. Remove distractions. Design your space for focus, for learning, for execution. Do not underestimate the influence of your environment. It can either empower or erode your system. Audit your physical world. Audit your digital world. Make sure every element supports who you are becoming. A man's environment is a mirror of his standards. Another critical element is strategic thinking. A man without strategy is a slave to urgency. Your system must include dedicated time for reflection, review, and recalibration. Every week, you must review your progress. Every month, you must refine your goals. Every quarter, you must reset your direction. This is not wasted time. It is the sharpening of your sword. A system without review becomes blind. A man without feedback remains stagnant. Build this into your structure. Block time on your calendar for strategy sessions with yourself. Ask yourself the hard questions. What's working? What's not? What must be removed? What must be amplified? Treat your life as an enterprise. You are the CEO. Act like it. Also, embed learning into your system. Growth is not a luxury. It is the duty of every man seeking greatness. You must read daily, study daily, reflect daily. Do not let a single day pass without sharpening your mind. Knowledge must be operationalized. Don't just consume, apply. Build systems around implementation. After every book, write a summary. After every insight, create a plan. Build a habit of translating knowledge into action. This is how you compound intelligence into wealth. Your mind is your greatest asset. Upgrade it relentlessly. Let us now address execution. A brilliant system on paper means nothing without ruthless execution. Execution is the heartbeat of your structure, and execution thrives in simplicity. Break your goals into sprints. Break your sprints into tasks. Break your tasks into hours. Then eliminate everything that doesn't move the needle. You are not here to be busy. You are here to be effective. Your to-do list must become a results list. Each day must be judged not by activity, but by outcomes. Train yourself to value output over motion. A strong system produces progress, not exhaustion. Protect your focus like your future depends on it, because it does. Now, we must speak of emotion management. Your system must be built to outlast your emotional cycles. There will be days you feel uninspired, days you feel invisible, days you feel like nothing is working. Your system must remain unshaken. That means embedding mood-proof habits, routines that activate regardless of how you feel, anchors that ground you in discipline. Create emotional switches, triggers that shift your state. Whether it's a playlist, a mantra, a movement, use tools that reset your energy. Do not allow a temporary emotion to dismantle a permanent structure. The man who acts despite emotion becomes the master of results. Another powerful layer is reward reinforcement. Your system must include rewards that reinforce discipline. Not all rewards are indulgent. A powerful reward can be reflection, gratitude, a milestone review. Tie your habits to positive reinforcement. Track your streaks. Celebrate consistency. Gamify your progress. This creates a feedback loop. The brain begins to associate discipline with satisfaction. Momentum builds. Discipline becomes desirable. Success becomes addictive. You're no longer forcing the system. The system is pulling you forward. Now, let's talk about resilience engineering. Your system must anticipate resistance. Failure is not a surprise. It is part of the path. Your system must include recovery protocols. What happens when you fall short? When you miss a habit? When life interrupts your rhythm, most men collapse. The wise man adjusts. Build a bounce-back plan. Create a reset ritual. Have a process for restarting fast. Don't wait for perfect conditions to re-engage. Shorten the gap between failure and action. That gap defines your power. The faster you return, the stronger you become. Your system must be designed for durability, not perfection. Let's now speak of identity congruence. A system that contradicts your self-image will fail. You must upgrade who you believe you are. Your identity must match your intention. If you see yourself as weak, you will sabotage strength. If you see yourself as inconsistent, your system will reflect chaos. Rewire your self-concept. Speak power over your name. Align your habits with your identity. Let your actions confirm the man you are becoming. Identity is the fuel of consistency. A man will fight to stay consistent with who he believes he is. So believe in the future version of yourself. Let that belief shape every system. We now address elimination. A strong system is not just about what you add, it is about what you remove. Eliminate time-wasting activities. Eliminate toxic people. Eliminate self-doubt. Eliminate the apps, habits, and conversations that drain your power. Simplicity is clarity. Subtraction is sophistication. Every element in your life must justify its existence. If it doesn't move you forward, it must go. Ruthless elimination is not harsh, it is required. Complexity is the enemy of execution. Your system must be lean, efficient, and relentless. As we near the close of this section, remember this: your life is a product of your systems. Not your wishes, not your goals, your systems. If your outcomes are poor, your system is broken. Don't fix the symptom, fix the structure. This is not punishment, it is freedom. When you build a system so strong that it makes success automatic, you are free. Free from decision fatigue, free from inconsistency, free from regret. You no longer hope to win. You are built to win. Everything I've shared so far is not theory, it is strategy. It is the blueprint of champions. The top performers in the world do not rely on luck. They rely on systems. They plan with precision. They execute with consistency. They track with discipline. And they rise with predictability. You can become one of them, but only if you build what they've built. A success system so strong you cannot fail. The test of any system is not how well it functions in favorable circumstances, it's how it holds when everything turns against you. You see, even the most determined man can crumble without structure when life becomes chaotic. But a man who has designed his days, fortified his habits, and trained his mind does not collapse, he recalibrates. The storms of life will come. That is inevitable. But when your system is built like a fortress, you weather the storm and keep moving forward. You do not allow temporary turbulence to become permanent stagnation. Your structure is your shield. And now, more than ever, you must build for adversity. Start with anti-fragility. A truly powerful system doesn't just survive pressure, it gets stronger because of it. When you experience failure, your system must respond with analysis, not shame. You don't collapse, you assess. What broke? What can be refined? What needs reinforcement? Build feedback loops into your system that turn every failure into data. Your goal is not to be perfect. Your goal is to be adaptive. Strong systems are not rigid. They are responsive. They flex, adjust, and evolve without losing momentum. In this, you become unstoppable, not because you never fall, but because you always rise better than before. Now let us revisit the mind, because no system can function above the level of thought that created it. You must upgrade your thinking to upgrade your outcome, and that means installing mental routines, just as you install physical habits. Begin each day with a mental rehearsal. Visualize the man you are becoming. Review your vision, your mission, your daily priority. Let this become your morning command center. End each day with mental reflection. Audit your performance. Celebrate progress. Diagnose setbacks. Reset for tomorrow. Bookend your day with intentional thought. Let no day begin or end in confusion. Mental clarity is not optional. It is structural. Let's talk about emotional intelligence. Your system must be emotionally intelligent enough to navigate the inner world. Emotional upheaval has destroyed more ambition than failure ever has. You cannot allow feelings to override fundamentals. Learn the art of observing emotion without surrendering to it. Your system must include tools for emotional regulation, breath work, journaling, meditation, physical movement, prayer, whatever centers you. Embed these tools into your daily design. They are not indulgences. They are necessities. A volatile man cannot build lasting greatness. And a system that neglects the inner world will crumble under pressure. We now must embed the discipline of deep work. In today's world, surface-level focus is the standard. But surface-level focus produces surface-level results. To rise, your system must include time blocks for uninterrupted high-level execution. Identify your highest value tasks, the few actions that drive the most results. Schedule them. Protect them. Make those hours sacred. During deep work blocks, eliminate all interruptions. No phone. No email. You enter the zone. You build momentum. You access genius. Most men never access this level. They live in distraction. But you design your system to harness brilliance. Deep work is the forge where your future is shaped. Now let's turn to financial structure. Success systems must be financially intelligent. Money is not the goal. but it is a tool. And your system must command it with strategy. Automate your finances. Allocate your income into investment, savings, and expenses with precision. Remove emotion from money. Make it mechanical. Create a system where you are always paying yourself first, investing consistently, and tracking every dollar. Wealth is not built by chance, it's built by structure. Stop making financial decisions on impulse. Build a financial engine that compounds over time. Your system should make money management simple, repeatable, and scalable. That is power. One of the most overlooked components of a success system is health. Your body is the vehicle through which all productivity flows. Without energy, your system fails. That's why you must structure recovery, not just hustle. Schedule your sleep. Protect your diet. Move daily. Hydrate relentlessly. These are not acts of self-care. They are acts of system maintenance. If you burn yourself out, you break the engine. And if the engine breaks, nothing else matters. Your system must include sustainability. You're not building for one victory. You're building for a lifetime of dominance. That requires vitality. Build it in. Enforce it. We must now revisit the concept of standards, but with greater intensity. Your standards are the ceiling of your results. And the truth is this: your life will never exceed the standards your system allows. If you tolerate laziness, excuses, distractions, you will stay average. Raise your standard, and your system must evolve to support it. Set standards for your behavior, your mindset, your language, your appearance, your environment. Refuse to engage in anything beneath those standards. Every interaction, every choice, every input must meet the level of the man you are becoming. This is how you transform character into structure. Now let's build a system of language. What you say becomes what you do, and what you do becomes who you are. Your language must be systemized for power. Eliminate weak speech. And stop saying, "I'll try." Stop saying, "Maybe." Stop saying, "Someday." Speak in absolutes. I will, I do, I am. Replace complaints with declarations. Replace doubt with certainty. Your words must match your vision. Make affirmations part of your daily structure. Not vague platitudes, but precise, powerful, future-based declarations of who you are. Your speech must be saturated with clarity and confidence. Talk like success, because success listens. The next structural layer is commitment management. You must design a system that protects your promises. Do not overcommit. Do not say yes out of guilt. Every yes you give must be system supported. If it's not on your calendar, it's not real. Learn to say no without apology. Boundaries are the borders of productivity, and too many men bleed out their focus by serving everyone else's agenda. Your system must serve your mission. That means pruning obligations, filtering requests, and allocating time like gold. Do not let other people's chaos become your structure. Stay loyal to the blueprint. Let's explore now the idea of compounding action. Your system should not rely on giant leaps, but on tiny, consistent movements that compound daily. The most powerful growth comes from incremental progress multiplied by time. Build compounding routines, daily writing, daily workouts, daily outreach, daily reading. Small steps repeated endlessly. That's the magic. Not drama, not massive spurts of effort, but quiet, daily excellence. This is the truth most ignore. They chase fireworks and ignore the flame. But the man who compounds discipline cannot lose. His results may seem slow at first, but they become exponential. And then he becomes inevitable. We now move into the philosophical core of your system, purpose. Without purpose, structure becomes slavery. You are not building this system just for income or accolades. You are building it for legacy, for impact, for meaning. Your system must connect to your why, that deeper reason that fuels everything. Tie your habits to your mission. Tie your routines to your values. Tie your effort to your contribution. When your system becomes an expression of your purpose, discipline becomes devotion, and work becomes worship. That is when your system gains soul. And a system with soul is unbreakable. Let's bring in the final layer of performance review. High performers measure everything. Your system must include metrics. What gets measured gets improved. Track your habits. Track your sleep. Track your output. Track your income. Use data to inform direction. Create dashboards for your life. Weekly reports. Monthly reflections. Quarterly resets. This is not obsessive, it is intelligent. Pilots use dashboards. Surgeons use checklists. Champions use scorecards. You are no different. Your system must give you feedback. That feedback drives iteration. Iteration drives mastery. And mastery drives results. To close this segment, I want to embed this truth. Systems are not something you build once and forget. Systems are living organisms. They breathe. They adapt. They refine. You must become a builder, an architect, a designer, not just of habits, but of an entire ecosystem, one that makes success your default setting, so strong that failure feels unnatural, so consistent that momentum becomes your new baseline. You are not here to hope for greatness. You are here to design it into every cell of your life. The final layer of a success system lies not in how well it operates in isolation, but in how deeply it integrates into the very fabric of your being. You cannot remain the same man and expect your system to carry you into transformation. There must be unity between the machine you build and the mind that commands it. Your system must not be a thing you turn on and off. It must become your way of life. It must become the bones of your identity. The reason most people fail to sustain success is because they build systems that require effort but not alignment. They force discipline through pressure rather than embody it through identity. But when your system becomes who you are, it no longer requires constant energy to maintain. It runs, it breathes, it performs, and you ascend. Begin with habit permanence. Habits that are temporary produce results that fade. You must ingrain your success habits so deeply into your days that they become non-negotiable. This means designing your environment to support the habit. If you want to write daily, the pen and journal must always be present. If you want to train every morning, your clothes and gear must be laid out the night before. If you want to master your finances, your spreadsheets and tools must open the moment you sit down. You remove friction. You eliminate debate. You let your surroundings pull you into performance. Systems are not just mental, they are spatial. They are environmental. And when your space reflects your standards, discipline becomes seamless. Now let us speak of automation. The highest level of a success system is when results happen without mental labor. Automate your saving. Automate your calendar. Automate your workouts. Automate your meal prep. Automate your affirmations with reminders and recordings. Every part of your life that can be automated must be. Why? because decision fatigue is real. The more choices you make, the weaker your willpower becomes. Automation preserves energy for the battles that matter. You are not here to waste mental firepower on trivial tasks. You are here to deploy your best self where it counts. Let your system think for you. Let it carry you. But what of the days when you fall? Because you will. There will be days when your system breaks, when your routine slips, when your momentum shatters. This is not failure. This is reality. What matters is not perfection, but re-engagement. You must build recovery protocols into your system. How fast do you bounce back? What process do you follow when you deviate? Perhaps it's a daily reset ritual. Perhaps it's a weekly reflection. Perhaps it's a mentor call, a spiritual anchor, a journal entry. But something must exist to bring you home. Your system is not a punishment. It is a return point. Build in grace, not just grit. Let's address now your time matrix. One of the most powerful shifts a man can make is to begin seeing time as architecture. You are not simply living through hours, you are designing them. Every block of time is a building block of destiny. And if you are sloppy with your time, you will build a crooked future. Break your days into power blocks: deep work, movement, reflection, learning, creation, recovery. Every minute must have a mission. This does not mean rigidity, it means precision. Even rest, even leisure must be intentional. Time used without aim is time lost. And your system must reclaim every second. We now examine the circle of feedback. Most men fear feedback because they associate it with criticism. But a powerful man invites feedback because he understands it as calibration. Your system must include consistent feedback loops. How are you measuring your impact? Who is reviewing your performance? How are you adjusting based on results? Build scorecards. Schedule accountability calls. Use performance trackers. Record your voice. Rewatch your output. Success is not emotional, it is empirical. Numbers never lie. And when you review your data, you begin to see what others miss. You do not guess, you measure. You do not wonder, you know. That is power. Let us talk now about longevity. Your system must be designed not just for immediate gain, but for long-term legacy. What are you doing today that your future self will thank you for in a decade? This requires patience. It requires perspective. It means shifting from gratification to growth. Long-term systems prioritize habits over hacks, vision over validation, compounding over convenience. If your system does not extend beyond the next goal, it is not a system, it is a sprint. But we are not sprinters. We are architects of empires. Design your system to outlast seasons, to endure storms, to compound quietly until the world can't ignore you. We must now embed energy cycles. Energy is not constant, it fluctuates. Your system must align with your personal energy rhythms. Track your peak hours. Know when you create best. Know when you rest best. Do your most critical work when your energy is highest. Reserve admin tasks for when energy dips. Schedule recovery before burnout. Build margin into your calendar. The most powerful men do not run at full throttle. They operate in seasons, in sprints, in cycles. Your system must protect your energy like a sacred resource, because when energy fails, execution follows. Let's revisit your speech. because too many underestimate the power of self-command. Your system must include a language protocol. This is the way you speak to yourself, the way you narrate your life. You must abolish internal sabotage. No more saying, "I can't, I always mess this up, I'll never get there." These phrases are viruses. They infect your system. Replace them with codes of truth. I am in process. I arise when I fall. I execute with precision. My system strengthens daily. Your self-talk becomes self-direction. Your words must lift the system, not poison it. Control your narrative, and you control your destiny. Let us go deeper into the realm of spiritual anchoring. Every unshakable system has a root beneath the surface. You must root your system in something larger than yourself. Whether it be divine guidance, universal law, or higher purpose, you must tie your system to something eternal. Why? Because success without soul becomes emptiness. Your routines must be infused with reverence. Your actions must echo eternity. Anchor your morning routine in stillness. Anchor your work in service. Anchor your success in significance. When your system honors something sacred, it becomes indestructible. It cannot be bought, swayed, or broken. We must now embed emotional regulation mechanisms. This is not weakness. It is strategic mastery. Emotional outbursts fracture systems. Resentment corrodes discipline. Bitterness breaks focus. Build emotional audits into your system. Ask daily, what am I feeling? Why? What is the story I'm telling? What's the truth beneath it? Release what no longer serves. Install forgiveness, gratitude, clarity as daily protocols. This is not spiritual fluff. It is operational strategy. When your emotional state stabilizes, your execution sharpens. When peace becomes your default, performance becomes your norm. Make your inner world match the order of your external system. Let us turn now to mental nutrition. Your system cannot function on mental junk. You must monitor what you consume mentally with the same rigor you apply to food. Garbage in, garbage out. Feed your mind with wisdom, with truth, with challenge. Read daily. Study deeply. Listen intentionally. Replace entertainment with elevation. Build intellectual rituals. A mind saturated with greatness begins to produce greatness. Do not allow gossip, outrage, drama to pollute your mental ecosystem. Your inputs shape your instincts, and your instincts shape your outcomes. The final evolution of your success system is identity alignment. You must now become the man who no longer does success. He is success. His routines are not forced, they are felt. His habits are not chores, they are characteristics. This happens through integration, through repetition, through self-image reinforcement. Wake up every day and embody the result. Ask yourself, what would the successful version of me do today? Speak as him. Walk as him. Decide as him until the lines between who you are and who you're becoming disappear. That is the final phase. Full integration, total embodiment. Let us close now with this truth. You do not rise to the level of your ambition. You fall to the level of your system. Build a success system so strong, so complete, so aligned with your deepest self that failure becomes foreign. You are no longer chasing success, you are living it. You are not hoping for transformation, you are structuring it. Every breath, every step, every hour, every day. Let your life become a machine of purpose. Let your days stack upon each other until momentum becomes your identity. No more guesswork. No more struggle. Just the unfolding of inevitable greatness. This is how you win, not once, not briefly, but for life. Because you did not wish it. You did not wait for it. You designed it. You became it.